You're born in a private clinic in Monterey. Your father rents out the entire East Wing. 15 armed men guard every entrance. The doctor who delivers you earns more from this single birth than he usually makes in months. Your first cry blends with the sound of expensive champagne bottles popping. At just 4 days old, there's already a song with your name spreading across northern radio stations. You didn't choose this life, but it chose you. Your childhood takes place inside a massive hacienda that feels more like its own town. There's a colonial-style chapel, multiple sports courts, horse stables filled with Paso Fino horses, even an aviary with rare birds your father bought at an auction in Houston. You have everything most kids dream of, except the chance to live a normal life. You don't go to regular school, teachers come to you. You don't play with neighborhood kids. Instead, you grow up around the children of your father's trusted men, kids who look at you differently because they understand exactly who you are. Your earliest memories involve those men, always present, radios in hand, weapons hidden beneath their shirts. They stand straighter when your father enters a room. They call you young sir when you're barely 7. Your father shows affection, but there's always distance. He's constantly busy. Meetings, calls, decisions. When he's with you, he's generous and focused, but there's a side of him you never fully access, the same side that makes grown men respect him with both loyalty and fear. At 9 years old, you finally ask your mother, "What does Dad actually do?" She smiles calmly and tells you he's a businessman involved in agricultural imports and exports. You want to believe her, but you've already seen too much. Suitcases brought into locked rooms, conversations in codes you don't understand, but instinctively know you should never repeat. Your education is divided between two worlds. On one side, your father demands excellence. "You have to be smarter than me," he says. You study English, economics, advanced math. You get access to top-tier tutors. On the other side, you learn things no classroom teaches. Trust is dangerous. Power isn't given. It's taken. Loyalty has a price, and betrayal has consequences. At 13, your father takes you to your first serious meeting, a mountain ranch. You arrive by helicopter. 40 men wait below. As you land, they stand. Your father introduces you. "This is my son. One day, he'll take my place. Respect him as you respect me." That moment changes everything. You're no longer just a child. You're the heir. Around the same time, you meet the accountant, a quiet, anxious man in his 40s who never lets go of his laptop. Your father respects him differently, almost more than the armed commanders. "This man is worth more than 30 gunmen," your father tells you. The accountant explains his role simply. Imagine your father sells oranges, but can't report them. I create fake businesses, restaurants, gas stations, companies that exist only on paper. The money looks clean, legal. You ask, "Isn't that cheating?" He smiles faintly. "It is, but it keeps people alive, including me." Your teenage years become a constant split between realities. In Austin, you live like a normal, wealthy kid. Shopping, events, school life. No one knows who you really are. Then you return to Sinaloa, where reality hits again. Armed guards, armored vehicles, the weight of your last name. At 16, your father gives you 2 gifts, a luxury SUV and a pistol. "The car is for living," he says. "The weapon is for surviving." You learn to shoot, you become skilled, but you understand it's not for sport. By adulthood, your father stops hiding anything. He shows you the full structure. He's at the top. Lieutenants control territories. Operations move product. But the real power lies in 3 roles: security chief, route coordinator, and accountant. Without them, nothing works. You begin learning the financial side, how money moves through shell companies, fake loans, offshore systems. The accountant teaches you, moving money is harder than moving product. It has to look perfect. At 22, you've seen too much. Decisions that cost lives, consequences you can't undo. Sleep becomes difficult. You start drinking. Your father notices. Careful, he warns. Weakness gets used against you. The accountant shows you numbers, billions in revenue, hundreds of millions in profit. But there's a problem. Too much cash. Sometimes, he says, we lose money because it literally rots in storage. At 24, you appear to be a successful real estate businessman. Offices, employees, projects. But in reality, it's all part of a larger system, a cycle that turns illegal money into clean assets. At night, alone in your luxury apartment, you wonder, who would you be if you were born into a different family? Could you leave? Deep down, you already know the answer. No. Your last name is your power and your prison. Even the accountant admits one night, I could have had a different life, but I know too much. I'm stuck. You watch your father age quickly. Stress, paranoia, constant danger. He's survived multiple attempts on his life. You realize this will be your future too. There are no happy endings here, only outcomes that are less bad than others. And one day, if things continue, your son may inherit the same fate. You were born into luxury, but trapped from the beginning. You have everything except freedom. Feared, respected, but never truly known. Surrounded by people, yet completely alone. Every day you survive is just another day in a life you never chose. You are the heir to an empire built on suffering, a prisoner of a name worth millions, but costing everything. And the darkest truth? You're not even sure you want to escape anymore, because this is all you've ever known. This is your world. And in this twisted reality, you're the prince of a kingdom no one would ever want. And if you want more intense stories like this, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.